Ahead on 12 News, the search for Minnesota's biggest trees.
Most trees will outlive us. So it's it's fun to go find something that's older than you.
It's a hunt you can do too. Plus, a Maple Grove man's wait for a new kidney.
Each of us had two. You really only need one.
But first, new details in the case of the Brooklyn Park girl who drowned. Court records show there was concern she lived in an environment vulnerable to physical abuse. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Court documents show Coriana Wright and her 6 siblings were under the protected supervision of Hennepin County.
Delane Cleveland has more on her case and how it calls attention to the difficulty of child protection cases. Delane?
Yeah, Mike and Alex, this 16-page document was filed in November. It describes how Coriana's 1-year-old brother had severe injuries that the parents couldn't explain. County officials say the injuries were clinically determined to be the result of physical abuse, which put the rest of the children at risk. As a result, a judge imposed protective supervision requiring the county to closely monitor the mother.
The bottom line is we can do the best job we possibly can, but we can't necessarily ensure that every child's going to be 100% safe at any point in time, at any given day, based on who their caretaker is. Coriana
Wright's body was found early Monday morning at the bottom of a swimming pool of a Brooklyn Park apartment complex. Her case sheds light on the challenges faced by Hennepin County Children and Family Services. A report released this month by the Casey Foundation found that every part of Hennepin County's child protection process, from screening through investigation and case management, has been negatively affected by budget cuts. Now we're going to take a look at those recommendations. We've actually started working on some of them already and prioritized a number of them. And we're going to be working directly with experts, technical experts from Casey, to move forward and resolve some of the issues that report brings to us. Well, one of the ways they hope to resolve those issues is by hiring about 100 more people in Child Protection Services to help handle caseloads. They'll bring that request to the county board next week. Mike?
All right, thank you, Delane. Well, today, Hennepin County Sheriff's deputies and local police searched for people with warrants out for their arrest. More than 75 officers combed Hennepin County looking for about 250 suspects wanted for domestic assault. Police checked their homes, their friends' homes, and even where they work.
They think they can get away with it, and oftentimes they're abusing their own family members. Sometimes it's their children, sometimes it's their spouse or significant other. And those are the ones that law enforcement looks at and says, hey, we're going to hold you accountable to the criminal justice system.
The sheriff's office serves about 30,000 warrants a year for various crimes.
A Brooklyn Center man is accused of leading a state trooper on a high-speed chase. Cody Schwendeman is charged with fleeing the trooper from I-94 to Shingle Creek Parkway and back to 694 on Sunday evening. The criminal complaint says Schwendeman reached speeds up to 95 miles an hour before crashing. He was injured and admitted using meth earlier in the day. Good news for drivers on County Road 81 in Crystal.
The road will be restriped and widened to 6 lanes between 47th Avenue and Wilshire. The Crystal City Council passed a resolution authorizing the change. Crystal officials say this is absolutely necessary.
In the rush hour morning and evening, the traffic is backing up so much going southbound in the morning, trying to get on Highway 100, and then the same thing coming off, going north on Bottineau Boulevard in the evening, just clogging up.
The project is expected to be completed later this summer. In Golden Valley, the City Council has approved a new campus building for CenterPoint Energy. The utility company wants to build a new 64,000 square foot operations facility at the corner of Douglas Drive and Golden Valley Road. The new building will accommodate 60 to 70 new employees. Construction could start in late July. A Maple Grove man is doing something out of the ordinary in an attempt to get a life-saving donation.
Tom Bowman is badly in need of a kidney, but it could take years to get one. Sonia Goen shows us what he's doing to help speed up the process.
I used to come home and talk to all the plants.
Tom Bowman's Maple Grove backyard is full of apple and pear trees.
So this is the one that won the prize at the state fair, and the Colette is Colette is French for flirt.
Unfortunately, Tom doesn't get to spend much time now enjoying the fruits of his labor.
I can't keep up with it myself.
About 10 years ago, Tom found out he had diabetes during a routine doctor exam.
I did not get annual checkups for over 20 years.
Because his diabetes went unchecked, it caused damage to other organs.
I had diabetes, and that is what wiped out my first kidneys.
Tom's wife, Marianne, donated a kidney to her husband several years ago, but that kidney is not working now.
That kidney was damaged by the anti-rejection drugs.
I used to be really emotional about it. I learned to not let it affect me that way.
Because his kidneys are failing, Tom has to undergo dialysis.
If you are on dialysis, you could be kept alive, but you have to consider it more of a crutch.
Now, this is Tom's home away from home. He comes here 3 times a week for dialysis and spends about 6 hours in the chair. Not only is it time-consuming, but it can be dangerous too.
I suffered a heart problem because the fluid had built up in my chest.
Tom has dietary restrictions and is limited to just under 25 ounces of liquid per day.
So basically, I go get an ice cube and suck on it. It's not the same.
He is now taking matters into his own hands.
Definitely beyond desperate, yeah.
He put ads for a kidney on Craigslist and freecycle.org.
I got one guy called from Craigslist, and he just said, gee, I didn't know we only needed 1 kidney.
Tom is not giving up hope that someone will give him the gift of life.
If I was to have a kidney, it would mean to me that my life would become normal. And you really can't appreciate it until you've had it taken from you.
In Maple Grove, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
And these pairs...
Tom is on a waiting list for a kidney, and there are more than 123,000 people on the same list. On average, it takes about 3.5 years to receive one. Coming up, a Plymouth College student on the hunt for the state's biggest trees.
Then later, the sound of bouncing basketballs fills the Armstrong High School gym this week. We'll have details of a summer hoops camp.
But first, the sun returns for a very pleasant Thursday.
Robbinsdale residents have a big fitness goal this month, the Birdtown 100. That means logging 100 miles of biking, running, or walking. Jasmine Carlstrom and her mom, Barb Van Heel, are participating in the challenge. They run or walk an average of 3 to 4 miles a day.
The one thing that I think it's inspired me to do is to continue after June. I don't have to just do 100 miles in June, but I can do 150 miles in July and maybe 200 miles in August. We'll see how it goes.
The running community and the walking community and the biking community, you know, we all can get together and just kind of know that everybody's out getting some exercise.
Jasmine and Barb are confident they will achieve their goal. Tomorrow they go around Medicine Lake, which is 7.5 miles. Well, from big goals to big trees.
The DNR recently relaunched its Big Tree Registry program, and there's a Plymouth College student who is always on the lookout.
I love getting out in the woods for any reason.
Off a trail near Rice Lake in Maple Grove,
This kind of boils down into a valley.
there's a hunt underway for a state treasure.
I like the story behind the trees, just as much as I like the tree themselves.
An urban forestry major, college student Riley Smith has his eyes on this sugar maple.
I enjoy finding the biggest and the oldest and the tallest and spend my time out walking through the woods looking for that.
It isn't the best looking tree, but Riley and Jennifer Teagarden of the Minnesota DNR,
Do you think 65 feet for height?
can see beyond the surface.
In my mind, this tree is very gnarly looking, but it's very beautiful because it has character, and these older, bigger trees definitely have character versus some of the younger ones.
Riley nominated this tree for the DNR's Big Tree Registry, a program designed to get people outdoors and also document some of the state's largest trees.
Most trees will outlive us. You know, it's fun to go find something that's older than you.
Armed with a tape measure and a few other tools, it's Jennifer's job to see if Riley's tree is a contender.
So here's the circumference.
With necks craned towards the sky, these two still need to measure height and crown to see whether Riley's found a winner.
This is a circumference of 149 inches. This tree and the current champion's 137.
I got numbers. I haven't plugged it into a calculator yet.
Riley feels good about his chances, even though, in the end, all three measurements combined fall a little short. Still, it's good enough to make the registry's contender list.
In case like the current champion dies or falls over, which happens.
For Riley,
I bring my measuring stuff with me wherever I go.
the hunt is always on for that next big tree, that next great story.
So I like studying the history about it. That's what makes it special for me.
If you're interested in how to hunt for big trees, we have information at our website, 12.tv, and the tools for the hunt can be as basic as a ruler, a tape measure, or even string. Coming up, need a Father's Day gift idea? We'll sort through the latest high-tech gadgets.
But first, the American Legion baseball season is in full swing. John Jacobson has the highlights coming up next.
While the state high school baseball tournament just wrapped up Monday, the American Legion season is already in full swing. Two South Hennepin League rivals met up as Wayzata faced Excelsior, made up of Minnetonka high school players. Top of three, Wayzata with runners on second and third. Michael Bolke's line drive snagged at second base, saves a run and ends the inning. Bottom of the fourth, still scoreless when Excelsior's Jesus Arteaga delivers a bases-loaded single. That scores two and starts a 4-run inning. To the top of the sixth, Wayzata's Cody Goddard waits on the pitch and drives it over the short fence in left field for a solo home run, and that puts his team on the board. Top of the seventh, Wayzata's Connor Olson puts a charge into it, but Excelsior's Nick Benz runs it down for the final out of the game. 6-1 Excelsior is the final. Osseo is one of the local teams in the North Hennepin League. In their Tuesday game, most of the scoring was saved for later in the game. They hosted Tri-City Blue. It's 1-1 until the fifth, until Tri-City's Matt Tang drops a hit into right center. Phil Jensen is in to score as Tri-City goes in front. And they get two in the frame and lead it to 3-1. Osseo responds in the bottom of the fifth. Stephen Fisher hits a sharp grounder up the middle for a hit. Tyler Lindman and Rudy Alexander score in the play. 3-2 Osseo now. Tri-City has a big sixth inning. Mike Maley hammers it over the left fielder's head into the fence. Nick Peterson scores, and that makes it 3-3. Tyler Muley's ground to short. It's fielded cleanly but thrown away at first. Maley scores the go-ahead run. They add two more to lead 6-3 after six. Down 7-3 in the bottom of the seventh, Osseo's Alexander dribbles one past the pitcher to score Justin Clark, but the rally ends there and Osseo falls 7-4. Summer is a busy time for camps in pretty much every sport. This week at Armstrong High School, the next wave of Falcon talent is picking up some lessons in the gym. There's a lot of time off before these kids need to be back in the classroom. Armstrong boys basketball coach Greg Miller hopes they can take away some hoops homework for the summer. The Armstrong basketball camp is now in its 14th year. A good turnout of 95 players are here for this 3-hour-a-day, 4-day camp. It's open to boys entering 4th through 9th grades in the fall, with instruction tailored to age and skill level.
We differentiate within the context. So like if we have shooting, we're going to talk about real basic shooting form with the younger kids. And then with the older kids, we'll get a little more sophisticated, maybe work on footwork and things like that at a higher rate. But this camp that we're doing with almost 100 kids here, it's not as much of a teaching camp as it is more what we call the players camp, where they get to participate in a whole bunch of fun activities.
Many of these players have attended the camp before and like what it has to offer.
It's fun because you get to learn a lot of stuff new, and you keep on doing stuff better, and you get the hang of everything once you do it a lot.
Like how there's always competition and how you can always improve yourself to get better at this camp, and it's just you get to hang out with your friends. And
Juby Alade is one of the Armstrong varsity players helping at the camp. He's a former camper here too, and he and his teammates enjoy this week.
It's a good opportunity to work on the younger generations of upcoming Falcons. Just, I don't know, get to know the kids, set a foundation skill-wise, and help them out.
While some of the guys here may eventually play varsity basketball, that's not really the goal of the camp.
Not all these kids want that. Some of them just love basketball. They're here for a variety of reasons. Some of them just want something to do. You know, we get hockey players here, we get all kinds of different kids that come here, so it's good for our feeder system and for me to teach some of the things that we believe in the high school as far as how you should play basketball too.
And that camp runs through Thursday, and then they have a 2-week basketball camp, a skills camp offered next month.
All right, thanks a lot, John. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Are you ready for Father's Day? How about something a little different this year? In today's Money Savers, Mike gets a look at some of the latest gadgets.
Well, I'm with Jim Barry with the Consumer Electronics Association. He's got all sorts of gadgets here for Father's Day. No neckties involved here.
No, lots of great stuff. Internet of everything. Smart baseball bats. This is a little attachment for your baseball bat. It's the swing tracker.
It's a regular bat.
It's a regular bat, and then the swing tracker is an app. You've got the app, and then that will track up to 15 different elements of your swing. It's about $150 or so.
Help you correct your swing.
Yeah, we need that. Virtual, I could have used it 40 years ago. Virtual reality, this one is great from Zeiss and Total 3D Solutions because you take your smartphone and you put it in this cartridge and then download a video, and then you are, in this case, on stage with Sir Paul McCartney. I think you checked that out a second ago, Mike.
It goes right over over your eyes, and as you turn around,
you are right there. Be careful, you should be sitting down. To use that. Wearable tech is the other really hot thing. We've got fitness wristbands. This is the Fitbit Flex. This is the Jawbone Up. Both of those work with the app on your smartphone. And then smart watches we've heard a lot about.
Well, what do these measure?
Yeah. Well, they measure how far, both sleep and activities, how far you walked, as well as how well you slept and how long you slept. And again, those you read it off your smartphone. Then you have other ones like the smart watches. This is from the Gear Fit from Samsung, and then this is your Apple Watch. A lot of people have been waiting for the Apple Watch, and notice it has all of the apps that you have on your phone, but also has plenty of other specialized ones for that. And then this is the LG R, again, a smartwatch with fitness built in.
When you say smart, what are you talking about?
Well, again, it's a watch that connects via Bluetooth, wireless to your smartphone. So you got smartphones that do all these different things with apps, as well as now smart watches that connect to those. Interesting point here is this is the Fitbit Surge, because this is a wristwatch as well. So they've gone from just the fitness to a wristwatch, but also advanced by using GPS, and also does a heart rate monitor.
So if your dad loves gadgets, this is it.
Yeah, we got just about everything. Keep them fit, keep them entertained, and improve that baseball game.
Something to look for. All right, thank you. Jim Barry with the Consumer Electronics Association. Now back to you, Alex.
All right, thanks, and that does it for us.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.